Hi, how are you? My name is William. Chabaron. Okay, very good. Hello, how are you? Pole sana, Mrs. Nge'Ono. Pole. An unfortunate moment.
With the chairperson on Saturday when this unfortunate incident happened, our speaker appointed a committee chaired by staff to condole with his family, and we've had all of us had actually spoken from the various regions. We only specifically left members of the party that were here, and we also did our Shimiwa Rindikiri Mugambi to co-chair with him. So they had.
I've known Johanna for, I think, around 2011.
For the family. Then we will bring it to a close by inviting the chair of the UDA party.
I see some of my committee members here. I see Jane is here.
So Nge'Ono, as I said, was very passionate about what he did. And he never did half measures. And when we rolled out housing, and all of you, as the vice chair of the committee has said, housing was one of the most difficult assignments that I have undertaken as president. It's one of the most difficult assignments. It has tested my resilience as a person. But the chair of that committee, the Honorable Nge'Ono, when I was going through the people who would chair the different committees, I settled on Nge'Ono because I knew if I persuaded him to do it, there would be no looking back. For your information, many people came to me and told me, Mr. President, I think you should drop this thing. This thing is very difficult. This thing is going to make you unpopular. Of all the people who came to see me, Nge'Ono did not. He told me, my brother, I am here. Because this is the right thing to do, we will drive it. And it is true. I want to thank the members of that committee. When finally I write my memoirs, the members of that committee will have a chapter. Because they went to difficult places. They were heckled in different places. They were told off in different places. But today, there is no member of parliament here who is not telling me, oh, you know, we want an extra market. Oh, you want more hostels. Oh, you know, there is no affordable housing in my corner. True or not true? Yes. Today, housing is the most consequential undertaking of this administration. I remember a few months ago when I was in Ethiopia, I said that we had signed contracts of $4 billion. Oh, many people said, oh, that is not true. That's a lie. But let me tell you, housing today, we have signed contracts of 650 billion. This is not money we have borrowed. This is not money that we were given by somebody. This is our own resources. And the skyline of Kenya is changing. The status of our nation is changing. Construction has increased by 10%. The contribution of construction to our GDP. And I owe it to the leadership in Parliament, because without Parliament, we wouldn't have had the legislation, the regulations that finally gave us the possibility to change our nation. Johanna Nge'Ono will have a special place in housing. When we had this conversation, we said all the people who accompanied Nge'Ono, including the pilot, we will extend government support to all of them. And we will oversee all the requirements that are needed for their decent interment and burial. So we will carry through that spirit. We will hopefully, I think the committee will provide leadership on the mass that we will have, the joint mass between Nge'Ono and his staff, and then we can handle the pilot when the family tells us how they want that done. I did agree with the governor of Narok that he goes ahead to handle the matters in Narok as we deal with the matters here in Nairobi, so that this can come together in a seamless manner. So again, Melly and your team, you have our goodwill to coordinate the whole of this exercise for our brother Nge'Ono and all the other people concerned. And the good gentleman from OP will act as the liaison to make this process move as it should. I know what Nge'Ono stood for. And I know how difficult it is for the residents and the people of Emurua Degir. I know how difficult it is for the family, because Nge'Ono did an extraordinary job as a member of parliament and as a leader. He was passionate about what he did. He was committed, and he believed in the assignments that he had. And so I come here with a very heavy heart, because we have lost a man of great leadership qualities. When I spoke with the member of parliament for Endebess, where Nge'Ono was before he left, he told me they were in a wonderful mood. I think you people and all of us know that Nge'Ono enjoyed art. He enjoyed music. If there is one thing Nge'Ono bothered me with, is artists. He kept on telling me, please support me to do this with the artists. Please support me to do this with the artists. And I always was there. In fact, one single incident last December, he looked for me several times on the phone. So finally I picked his call and he said, I must see you. I told him, Nge'Ono, please, cannot be a must. He said, I must see you. I said, okay. So when I met him, he had organized a very big function in Eldoret. A very big function of artists. I think there was close to maybe 20,000 people. And he came to me, I think that function was on a what? I think a Saturday or something. So he came to me on a Thursday and told me, you know what? This is going to be a very big competition. And I need 20 million shillings. I told him, be serious. You know? And then after a while, he told me, sorry, it's not 20 million, it's 30. And so I told him, I mean, you organize a function, there's the remaining 2 days. Where do you expect me to get this money? And then he asked me in Kalenjin, kwani bongo emit? And so, so I had to do what I had to do. And we found the money. Because I could see the passion and the commitment that Nge'Ono had on developing our artists. It is again unfortunate that he lost his life coming from a function to support an artist. I am sharing this moment with you. It is a difficult moment for the family, for the people of Emurua Dikirr, and for his friends. But I want to assure you that God is in control. Nothing happens that takes God by surprise. So we will be here. God will lead us into doing the right things. Nge'Ono's family, his wife, is somebody I've come to know. I've been to her home in Emurua Dikirr. And I know she's explained to me what needs to be done, and it will be done. So that we can carry on the legacy of our brother Nge'Ono and that of the family. And to the people of Emurua Dikirr, I want to tell them that they will not be orphans. We will be there. They can count on us on all issues that Nge'Ono wanted done, they will be done. On the priority projects he wanted, they will be done. And we will carry through this difficult moment together. I want to thank all members of parliament for the solidarity you have shown with your colleague and our brother Nge'Ono. I think this is the spirit as we go through the final motions to his resting place. Familia ya Nge'Ono na familia ya Ntutu, waheshimiwa wote pamoja na marafiki waliotembelea familia hii mchana wa leo, hamjambo. We have come here and I have come to share my condolences, that of my family and the entire government of Kenya, to the widow, the children, and the family on the demise of our brother, our friend, the leader and member of parliament for Emurua Dikirr, and the chair of the Parliamentary Committee on Housing. It is a very difficult moment, much more for the family. And I know for colleagues here who have worked very closely with Nge'Ono, and for me as a person who I shared many things with Nge'Ono, especially when he was chair, as he was chair of the Committee on Housing. And the news that came on the crash of the helicopter somewhere in Nandi County were very difficult news. And it was all our wish that Nge'Ono and colleagues who are with him, the other 5 members of different families, would have survived that crash. Unfortunately, that was not the case. And that's why we are here this afternoon to share this very heavy moment with the family and with the families of the other members of Nge'Ono's delegation.
Earlier on, Your Excellency, when you were away, a young lady stood up and said that the people of Emurua Dikirr are now orphans. And I want to say that that is not true, because we represent the people of Emurua Dikirr. We understand the role that the late Honorable Nge'Ono played in making sure that he fights for the rights of the Kipsigis of Narok. And with his support, we have all been able to embrace each other and become one citizens of Narok. The first time, Your Excellency, I met the late was when we were deciding that Emurua Dikirr is going to be a constituency. And that came out of a brutal fight when we only had Kilgore's constituency. So I know him. You know, the two of us were cut from the same cloth, you know, and we fought hard for the rights of our people because that's what we believe in. I'm definitely going to miss him. The people of Narok will definitely miss him. And I just want to assure you, Your Excellency, that we are speaking one language. There's no Kipsigis, there's no Maasai, there's one people of Narok in Narok County. That is the language we are speaking.